Yes, sir.
Yes, the snowman had to leave. Apparently it wasn't costume day, but they did write a question, so I want to ask you this. One of the international community's biggest priorities right now is crafting a new treaty to combat global warming. There's going to be a kind of a new Kyoto agreement, and it actually will start in Bali here early December. So my question is, how would you address this challenge on an international basis, and how should the United States play a role in solving this global challenge of global warming?
A couple things. One, I described what are, in my view, some of the most important things we can do to dramatically reduce our greenhouse gas emissions all by ourselves. So the new sources of energy that are now CO2 emitting, much greater efficiency in our cars, homes, appliances, businesses, those two things combined will dramatically reduce the growth and perhaps even reduce the absolute level of our CO2 emissions at some point. And those are things I do for, as I said, three major reasons. And different people choose different reasons for liking those ideas. One is to give ourselves better security so that we don't have to worry about buying oil from people that don't like us. Two is strengthening our economy so we don't send over $1 billion a day outside our country. And three is to reduce greenhouse emissions and affect global warming. So we have those three reasons for taking those actions by ourselves. Now, what happens if we decide to put in place a regime to put caps of some kind and targets and so forth? Well, I think one important principle I want to make is this, and that is we don't call it America warming, we call it global warming. And that being the case, I want to make sure that those kinds of discussions are held on a global basis, not with a, okay, what's America going to do when everybody else sits back and says they're doing nothing. And what was wrong with Kyoto is it said, okay, America, you put in place these caps, but China, who is now the biggest greenhouse gas emitter in the world, you don't have to do anything. I want China and India, by the way, they're competing for our jobs. I don't want to put on our employers and our employees costs which then the Chinese and the Indians don't have to pay to make our jobs even less competitive. So I will work on a global basis to get other nations to combine to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions in a way that is fair to us and to the other people in the world. It's not going to be easy because the Chinese say, well, we're still an emerging economy. It's not fair. You've already got all your growth. Yeah, but they're building coal plants. How often is it now? I heard one a week. Coal plants, you heard every 2 days. I heard every 2 days as well, so I haven't verified the number. But one a week, every 2 days. Do I hear every day from someone? There we go. Okay. 2 a day. There we go. So I'm hearing. It's like an auction here, but they're building a lot of coal plants, all right, and they're putting in a lot, not only a lot of pollutants, but also a lot of CO2. And we're going to have to work globally to put together a plan to reduce this, if you will, these gases, which very may well be causing dramatic warming of our planet.